Hey everyone, welcome to this video, and in this video we are going to learn about OSI model and TCP IP model. Okay, so let's get started. What is OSI model? So basically OSI model is the first reference model to understand the communication in like the communication, how it works, okay, in case of telecommunication sector, in case of computing systems. Okay, so this is the first reference model with the help of which we can understand how the entire communication process, communication functions works in telecommunication and computing systems. Okay, so also with this model we can understand how internet works, like we are on the top of this OSI model layer. Okay, I'll explain you. So as you can see, this OSI model layer does have 7 layers, and it starts from bottom to top. So the first layer here is physical layer. Okay, the first layer here is physical layer, which is on the bottom side. So uh, this physical layer is basically it's considered as a physical device. So you may have a lot of physical device. Let's say if you are surfing something on your laptop or on your PC, on your mobile phone. Okay, you have lot of physical hardware chips in your device, right? So the data stored in physical device is usually in the format of raw bits. Okay, the data stored on this physical device is usually stored in form of raw bits. So the data on physical layer is in zeros and ones. When we say raw bits, it's zeros and ones. Okay, so let me quickly open up a notepad to make you things very clear. All right. So on physical layer, let's say you are searching for google.com. Okay, you are searching for google.com. So this data on physical layer will be in form of raw bits. So when we say raw bits, it means that in form of zeros and ones, 0 and 1. Okay, let me just resize this. Give me a second. Okay. Then your data goes to data link layer. Like let's say you are making a search on Google, so you'll type google.com in your browser. Okay, so first from physical layer, your google.com will go in form of zeros and ones to data link layer. So the next layer is data link layer. In this layer, your data is in form of packets. So of course, on this layer your google.com will go along with MAC address. On data link layer, the MAC address of your device will be sent. So understand, MAC address is a physical address of your hardware device. We all have MAC address for all the hardware device. You have Bluetooth, you have Wi-Fi and IC card, you have Ethernet port. Okay, you have USB port. You, like in your mobile phone as well, you all have MAC address. We all have MAC address for our physical device. It's a physical address basically. Okay, and it is developed, or it is I can say it is given by the manufacturer. Okay, so the company who has developed this product, they give out this MAC address. So uh, this MAC address will be sent along with your request onto internet, and on this layer your data will be in form of frames. Then the request will go to network layer. So on a network layer, the data is always in form of packets. Okay, the data is always in form of packets, and on network layer, along with this google.com plus MAC address, on network layer IP address will be added. Okay, IP address will be added to this, and this entire data will be in form of packets, right? Then on transport layer, along with this google.com, on usually on transport layer segmentation takes place, okay, segmentation of data. So along with this MAC address, along with this IP address, now here TCP or UDP will be added with IP address. Understand, always IP address will travel either with TCP or UDP. IP address will not travel it alone. Okay, so on this segment, on this transport layer, segmentation takes place and it decides whether to use TCP or whether to use UDP based on the type of connection required. Okay, so on this transport layer, either TCP will be added along with IP or UDP will be added according to the connection requirement. Okay, and on this layer the data will be in form of segments. Okay, the next layer is session layer. So on session layer, uh, see, like, what is session first of all? So whenever we log into any particular application, let's say we are logging into Facebook account. Okay, so you typed in your email address and password and you clicked on login button, and then on clicking on login button your session gets created, it gets established, and server does have your session token. It sends back to your browser in form of cookies, and then it maintains your session. So session is basically a time period between login and logout. Until you log out, your session will be active, right? Because once you log in, you do not have to log in again and again. Okay, like you log in once in Facebook account and then you can browse anyone's profile without any restrictions. But if you are not logged in, then you cannot browse everyone's profile. Okay, so if you log into Facebook account, and if you log into Facebook account, your session gets created, and until and unless you log out, your session will be there. Okay, it will not be destroyed. So time period between login and logout is considered as a session. All right, so this session management will be done on this session layer. Session, okay, all this data will be sent, MAC address plus IP address plus TCP or UDP. Okay, and here the data will be in form of data. Okay, and on presentation layer, encryption, encoding, decryption, decoding, everything will take place on this presentation layer. Okay, like different type of conversions, uh, different type of protocols will be handled, like MIME protocol, multi-purpose internet mail exchange protocol, when you are sending email, when you're receiving an email, when you are sending some video files, audio files. Okay, so the presentation layer will manage everything like this. So of course all this data, again on presentation layer, all this will be sent, and encryption, encryption, decryption, encoding, decoding, everything will be handled over here. Okay, and finally application layer. So understand, we can only see application. Okay, we cannot see all the 6 layers which are at the bottom. We are on the top. Okay, top of the entire stack. So we are on application layer. So basically humans can access the application layer. So if I open up a browser, what is browser? Browser is kind of an application, right? It's a system level application through which I'm surfing internet, but I don't know what takes place in backend. Okay, so this is application layer. On application layer we have a lot of applications that we use, different browsers, different applications. Okay, all these are applications. So nothing more to introduce in this application layer, but yeah, again the data will be in form of a data, and this is how the entire OSI model layer works. Okay, so all the 6 layers: presentation layer, session layer, transport, network, data link, physical. Okay, all these are kind of a logical layers. You cannot look into it, you cannot see this, but it takes place. Okay, you can only access application, like you can only access different application on browsers, maybe system applications, maybe some mobile applications. So humans can only access application layer. Okay, so this is it. This is I wanted to tell you about application. Now understand, the request goes from bottom to top. Okay, request goes from bottom to top. Now the response will come from again it will come from top to bottom. Okay, so that's how it works. So this is OSI model layer. Based on this, we get to know how the telecommunication and the computing system works. And yeah, now understand, in order to hack into entire thing, okay, in order to hack into this network, or in order to hack into anything, if we are able to crack this application layer, okay, if we are able to crack this application layer, we can penetrate into network layer as well. Yes, that's possible. Okay, uh, yeah, that is eventually possible. We might have a demonstration on the same as well. All right. So as I've told you, OSI model layer is the first reference model to understand the communication functions of a telecommunication or computing system. It consists of 7 layers starting from bottom to top, and on the basis of this OSI model layer, the new model was introduced, which is called as TCP IP model. Okay, here it is, TCP IP model. Now this is the comparison between OSI model layer and TCP IP model. So this two layers are merged into network interface. This layer is as it is in the TCP IP model, this layer is again as it is in the TCP IP model, and these three layers are merged into an application layer. Okay, so in TCP IP model basically we have only 4 layers. Alright, so with this, I hope that it explains well about OSI model and TCP IP model. This concept will be useful in your future, so you can just go through once again. Okay, just understand the concept. This concept will be definitely useful in your future, maybe in your interviews, maybe somewhere practically as well. All right, so don't just neglect the neglect these basics. Never neglect the basics. Okay. All right, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.